Welcome back. You are tuned into Good Morning Sri Lanka, and Banu is back with us on the set as well.
Thank you, Anupama.
All right. So before the break, we were actually talking to Kumar, and and then afterwards Kulu left, and now we still have a little bit more time to pick up with his brains. So the first question that I'm going to ask you, Kumar, is that what was it you during the break you were talking to us that you actually worked with a lot of famous celebrities, very, very famous, iconic celebrities in Sri Lanka regarding Sri Lankan cinema. So what was it like to actually work with somebody as legendary as Irangani Serasinga?
Irangani Serasinga is widely exposed as an actress, stage, cinema and television, but not many know her involvement with conservation, environment, wildlife. That's a huge, huge part of her life.
Right.
In fact, the part that's closest to her life is, to her heart is that, and not quite the cinema.
Okay.
The book took me 2 years to write, and I sat with her over many hours and days, and then the whole story of her. She was born in this village called Mudugomua, which is off Ruanvelda, and she grew in the village as a village child in the median near Valaua, and she used to play in the Kalani River. You know, you see these cyclists who hold on to lorries and they hitch a free ride.
Yes.
Yeah.
She did the same thing on Paruas, because this river was a feeder river which brought goods to Colombo city in the 1930s. And she used to jump into the water, hang on to a Parua and float down the river on this barge. It's a barge, Parua.
Right.
And come back. Lovely stories. And talks about her school days, university, her children, life, family, all that. Well, I actually learned a lot as a human being.
Okay, Kumar, we've got some images actually regarding the book, regarding Irangani Serasinga right there.
This is Gamperalia. But that's all her in various parts of her life, winning awards.
Yes.
There's a painting of her. Bottom right is Harry Piri's painting of Mrs. Serasinga. This is her in Westmuhunu, one of her singular plays. And top left is again Westmuhunu. Top right is Yahaluo Sumitra Piris. The film, one on top is Chalna Pereira's new film Kalpante Sihinya. On the right, this is the Ivan Piris painting of Mrs. Serasinga, which hangs in the Petit Palais in Paris. That's her husband on top left. And here she is in Bakmahadige on the right hand side.
Wow.
This is her on the campaign trail for Doric D'Souza in the elections 1950s. She was also a Marxist politician.
Wow, quite a legend.
Didn't contest, but she was very active as a red lady.
Definitely, we should actually think of having her as a guest.
You should have.
We should in the future. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Of course. Now, let me ask you this question, Kumar. Now, as soon as you release this on the 29th of March, if I'm right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the launch date. Yeah.
Yes.
And as soon as you released it, 800 copies. I just got to know that.
Really?
800 copies within just 1 month.
Yes.
Yeah. What was your reaction? I mean, that's a huge success.
I was amazed, actually. My publisher is Ranjit Samaranayaka, and we didn't bargain that it would move so very fast.
Okay.
Because I was told that Colombo has 500 people who read and buy and exchange books. So we took a chance and did 1,000 copies, limited edition, and each book was signed by her in the blue ink pen to show authenticity.
Wow.
1 by 1,000 copies. So if you buy a book, you have a
So
autograph.
individually, she signed all of them.
1,000 times, 1,000 books.
Amazing.
That proves authenticity, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
If it was black, it could have been printed. You wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
So it had to be a blue pen, a blue ink pen to make it look real, which is what it is.
All right.
Okay, one of the questions that I wanted to ask you, Kumar, is that what aspect, what trait of Irangani Serasinga that you think could not be captured in your book?
I think, see, it's her story in her words, but her absolute simplicity, her humility is something. I mean, people who have achieved much less in life in the city of Colombo we live and work in are so pompous and so self-opinionated. I mean, you just do one film, you're a star.
Yes.
She's been 60 years at this thing, and she's still so very humble and so simple, and that really struck me very hard.
So you think she was 100% forthcoming about her life?
Yes, she was. Really. She just opened out, and we had
Very
to
frank.
auto censor a few little parts, things here and there, but 98% of what she told me is in the book. Actually, I took her to the plant cell at Battaramule in the parliament, and she spent time with people, came and spoke to her, they touched her face, they squeezed her cheeks. And she took it all in good stride, because for them it was a huge chance to hold her hand, this lady on screen, and she stood and she spoke to all of them.
You mentioned 98%. What about the 2%?
See, little things which I felt were not relevant. It's microscopic, little details which I see. Anything has to be censored. So this was at 2%. So it's very very small percentage.
So right up until now, you've released this amazing biography. Why not in the future? Novels in the future?
Novels are coming. Yes. Actually, it's funny
nice.
because I had to write other people's stories. I had to write other people's stories to realize that I believe I could write fiction. I never thought I could write fiction. My next project is Sumitra Pires.
Right.
Sumitra, her story.
Okay.
She will be 80 years in 2 years' time. It's a landmark birthday, so I have 24 months to do it, 23 months to do it.
Okay.
And Irangani Serasinghe began her film career in Leicester's Rekaba in 1956.
Right.
Down the years, she's acting in Sumitra's latest film, Vaishnavi.
Okay.
There's
Wow.
a triangle between Mr. Pires, Mrs. Pires and Mrs. Serasinghe.
All
So
right.
that is also my triangle.
So you've started working on the next
Half
project.
done, half done.
50% done.
Yeah, 50% done.
Awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
This
And
is
when can we
Sumitra's-
expect it?
It will be on the 23rd of March 2015, her birthday, her 80th birthday.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
but,
Okay, Kumar, we would like to ask you something very special that you were talking about during the break actually to us. You said that you're also going to write a book, you're also about to actually showcase a book about Lester James Pires, and that there's a very interesting triangle there. So why don't you tell us more about that one, that project?
Leicester's book was actually out 6 years ago. I began with that. That was the first of my triangle.
Okay.
And that again, it was him talking about making films and how the behind the scenes. Now this program, lots of things that I saw behind the scenes, you did see. So the exciting part is what happens behind the scenes.
Yes.
So same with
True
Leicester
that.
20, right? Okay.
Okay. The cover, the image actually will
That's
be
the
on
cover.
screen right now,
That
yeah.
was a Vijayapa publication. On the left is Leicester on location at Rake Harbour in this village of Alawa in 56 June. And on the right is Leicester on location at Ammavaran, his last his 20th film,
Right.
50 years down the line. So it's Leicester with a gap of 50 years between him.
Okay, so you said that this book came out 6 years ago, and
Yes.
then we also have the book about Irangani Serasinghe, and then you also spoke about your interesting project with Sumitra Pires. Okay, so do we consider this? Could we consider this as a trilogy?
I suppose this is my personal trilogy.
Okay.
It's one that gives me great satisfaction because
Right.
I love them, and they have stories. These are legends, who will one day become history.
Yes.
So I thought I had to record their stories and record them for posterity.
All right. Why not an autobiography?
Yes.
Yes. That's
Autobiography.
a common question.
I'm too
The
young.
fourth book.
You're never too young. You're already a legend.
Yes.
And I'm sure that everyone would agree.
Yes.
That's very very embarrassing. So I think I'll leave it for someone to do it
All right.
when I'm
In the
tottering
future.
and when I'm very very old.
You yourself can do it when you're very very old.
But there's
as
no
you
fun in
say.
doing your own thing. And then you're very subjective.
Really?
But if you assume someone to take over your role to act in a movie or something like that,
Can I ask
maybe
you-
a drama.
Can I ask you to do the honors?
Oh my gosh! Interesting.
I
Banu,
would.
you already got your first movie back, man.
Yes, I would. Thank you so much. That
Thank
would
you
mean
so
a
much.
My
lot.
pleasure.
That would mean so much to me. Anupama,
Yes.
I'm speechless right now.
You're having tears in your eyes, is it?
Yes,
She can
I-
be one of my ex-fiancés.
Oh my goodness.
So-
Okay.
Why ex-fiance? That's very interesting. Yes.
We can do a little bit of editing on that, I'm sure.
Sure you can.
So what do you like to give out to the fans, of course, to the people who want to buy this? Yeah.
Irangani's book is, Mrs. Serasinghe's book is moving very fast.
Yes.
And I know it'll be all gone by the end of the year or even before that. And there's no reprints. That's it. It's done and finished.
Limited
Yeah,
edition.
that's it. So I thought, no,
Okay.
we have to create, so get your copy now.
All right.
All right, thank you so much, Kumar, for joining us at Good Morning Sri Lanka. We had
My
a wonderful time with you, and we like talking to people like you, right?
Yes, of course. And
You're
I'm just
very, very-
disappointed a little bit because I missed a second segment with you. But I think we covered
me.
it all.
Lucky me.
Good for you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much once again, Kumar.
Thanks so
It's
much
been
for
an
having me
absolute
here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Banu, what about tomorrow's show? We have to.
Of course,
Ma-
tomorrow's show is going to be a very exciting show. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be very, very excited about it. If you're travel lovers out there, this is going to be a special episode for you because we're going to talk about wildlife photography. We're going to talk about travel within Sri Lanka. So for all the travel lovers out there, that's an episode that you don't want to miss. So don't forget to tune in to MTV Sports for Good Morning Sri Lanka tomorrow as well.
Okay, we had a wonderful and interesting episode today. Thank you so much, Kumar, for joining
My
us
pleasure.
and inspiring us about a lot of things about your writing and, of course, your great works. We are very excited about what you're going to bring forth in the future. Okay, time for us to just slide away. We are going to have another guest, Yukti Gunasekara, and the president of the Colombo Toastmasters Club, Nadika Gunatilaka, coming up on Good Morning Sri Lanka. So don't go away. Coming up after this is a very, very special segment from those very special guests.